maybe their ex really is more attractive. What do you do? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Relationship Theory. I'm your co-host, Tom Bilyeu, and I am here with the most amazing woman I've ever met in my life, Elizabeth Bilyeu.
Sup, Bilyeu?
What's up, homie? Do it.
All right, this is anonymous. There we go. I'm addicted to comparing myself with my partner's exes. I'm joyful and full of love when he does something with me that he's never done with anyone, but feel miserable and resentful when I know he's done something with his ex that he does not or hasn't yet done with me. My partner is amazing. I've had past relationships myself, so this doesn't make sense, but I can't stop feeling this way. What advice do you have?
So one, I can relate. In the beginning, it's funny to think now it doesn't even feel like me. And I was in my early 20s. I do feel compelled to mention that. But I did have a hard time with your exes. And partly because I had never been in a serious relationship.
And I had.
Yeah. So you had like all this heartbreak and you told somebody else that you loved them. And I'd never said I love you to another woman. So it was like, oh, well, like, am I just another one of
her love? Yeah, I mean? She said it before, so
right.
Does it?
So it's like, God, is this really? So I actually really get that. But then, hey, let me tell you from the other side of that nothing, not a single thing is ever going to change about that person's past. It is what it is. It is locked in stone. There is no undoing it. So now that you know that's a reality of life, start looking at the benefits. That has helped shape this person. It's giving them the experience that they've needed to grow into the person that they are. And like at the end of the day, like they could only meet you when they met you. So it's like, or even if you've known each other forever, like sometimes it just takes that right confluence of events for you both to be available emotionally at the same time. So to wish that away or wish it had never happened is a losing game. So going back to that notion of what's right, good, and all of that is what moves you towards your goal. And if your goal is to have a thriving relationship, then comparing yourself endlessly to the exes is not a good look. And I say that very specifically because one thing you taught me is insecurity is not sexy. And let's just say that again. Insecurity is not sexy. And if your goal is to have a thriving relationship, then you want to be sexy on every level. You want to be emotionally sexy. You want to be intellectually sexy. You want to be physically sexy. Like that's just some truth. And if you're allowing yourself to loop endlessly on these comparisons, then you're going to spend all this time in insecurity. It doesn't make sense. So now you have to pattern interrupt. I don't even like need you to realize you're being crazy or anything. Maybe they've really done rad shit. Maybe they've done radder shit than you're going to do. Maybe their ex really is more attractive. What do you do? Well, you sure as hell don't loop on it because spinning yourself out of control in that way doesn't make any sense. So you're going to pattern interrupt. You're going to use cognitive behavioral therapies to get yourself out of a self-destructive loop and realize that they broke up with them for a reason. And that reason is the only thing that lasts in a relationship is how do you make me feel about myself when I'm with you? Do I feel better about myself when I'm with you? Neutral or worse? If it's neutral or worse, why am I compromising to be in this relationship with you? If it's better, then what do all the exes in the world matter? Because you make me feel better about myself when I'm with you. I want to be around you. You light me on fire. There's just something here. We're going out of our way to craft a shared life that brings beauty and joy of untold proportions. Now, if somebody said, Tom, you can have the hottest wife, she will never age, she will be hot forever, every human on this planet will look at you with envy. But you internally will be like, meh. Or you can have someone who's in the looks department, meh, but homie, they light you up. When they walk into a room, you're like, whoa, I'm getting emotional right now because this is how I feel about you. When you walk into a room, like if I don't realize you're there or something for a second, like that shit will catch me off guard. Yesterday, you came up and just gave me like this bear hug behind me and my neurochemistry changed. Now, it just so happens that you're hot, but you're not going to be forever. And you're not a supermodel. So, but like when I say it doesn't fucking matter because of how you make me feel, and that internal world, for all I know, I'm a fucking brain in a jar somewhere. And none of the physicality is real anyway. It is the neurochemistry of being in a relationship that makes it fucking worth it. And you create that. You craft that and nurture that. The reason that I feel the way about you that I feel is because of 1,000 opportunities, little moments where I was insecure, I was weak, I was feeling low on myself, whatever, and you picked me up. And sometimes like just casually, you just were there for me. You listened. It was a kindness when you could have been neutral. It was a kindness when you could have been cruel. It was not kicking the shit out of me when I was down and you had the opportunity. It was getting in an argument and something I had told you days before would have been the perfect thing to hurt me and shut me down, and you didn't do it. Year after year after year after year. And that's why it's like, it is so clear to me what my priority in life is, because I want to protect that fucking feeling. But it's not like it just happens. It's not like I didn't start out being jealous or insecure about your exes. It was just going, what do I want? Oh, I want a thriving relationship. I want to feel better about myself. I want to be sexy for her. I want to like all those things, and going, okay, well, what am I going to have to do? It starts with pattern interrupting. It starts with saying, no, you don't get to loop on that. You're going to think of something positive. You're going to remind yourself that what you really value is shared experience. And you're going to get away from those things and those comparisons. And even if it's repeating simple mantras like, she loves me, she broke up with them for a reason, I want to be present for her, I want to bring joy to this relationship, I want to fill myself with joy, jealousy is not effective. Like whatever you need to repeat, like start repeating it. But doing those things allows you to then build a really extraordinary emotional relationship. But if you think that it's just going to be that way and you don't have to make these choices to pattern interrupt and constantly get away from those negative emotions, which will arise in most people, then you're never going to get out of it.
Yeah, very true. And there's something that you repeated that I want to kind of put emphasis on is it's her insecurity as well, right? Cynthia Pasquella Garcia had her on Women of Impact recently, and she plays a game called I Wonder Why. And I love this. And that's what came to me when you were talking. So it's like, so she's addicted to comparing herself to her partner's ex. I wonder why. Why is she addicted to it? Okay, because it gives her an adrenaline rush. Okay, I wonder why. I wonder why she searches for that adrenaline rush. And she plays this whole game, and it starts to unravel really the depths of why you're feeling like that. And so as you were talking, I was kind of playing the wonder why game in my own head. It's like, what would I have said? Because there were times, especially when Quest first started and we were starting to get recognized, and you were obviously the president of the company. So a lot of fitness competitors, female fitness competitors, were absolutely out, reaching out to you. They were being very kind to you, and these are women that, are beautiful, their physique is stunning, and they've got beautiful boobs and like what society considers as perfect. And these are young women, younger than me. I'm there in a hairnet and a lab coat making Quest protein bars, and these beautiful women are coming in every day and they're taking your attention. And so it was very important for me to analyze how I was feeling and why that would give me a bit of uncomfortableness. And playing the I wonder why game, it can take me all the way back to the fact that I wonder why, well, when I was a kid, I was teased. I never really got a boyfriend. There was one time when I was 10 years old where the boy that I fancied in school told me he liked me and he wanted to dance with me at a school function, at a school dance. And so I turn up and I'm so excited, and he's standing there dancing with the popular girl in school, and the whole thing was a setup. So I go back to I wonder why. Well, because I believed that this guy liked me, and I believed that he chose me over someone that was a lot more popular and pretty, only to come find out it was a setup and it was meant to hurt me. So when I started thinking about it now, if I played that wonder why game, I think I would have reached that conclusion and been like, oh, I don't feel good enough as is. And so now I have to address that. It's not even about the guy. It's not even about, your past or your relationship. It's about the security that I feel in myself. And over time, as I got older and matured, I told myself, jealousy doesn't serve me. Jealousy doesn't serve our relationship. It's never going to bring us closer, ever. So I have to overcome this feeling. And the truth is, there are absolutely going to be women that are way hotter than me. There are going to be women that are younger than me. I can't control that. And if I try to control by getting, and look, I'm not against plastic surgery or Botox or anything like that. I want to make that abundantly clear. If you want it, you should go out and get it. And one day I may very well.
Yeah, I reserve the right.
I reserve the right, 100%. But I never wanted to think of like, I'd have to resort to those things as a way to make me feel good about myself.
Right.
And so if I wasn't going to resort to plastic surgery or that sort of thing as my solution, then I need to work on myself. I need to work on my own confidence because yeah, you may have had an incredible experience with an ex-girlfriend and I may never be able to compare to that, but I can create new experiences. I can create new things that we're doing. Oh, you went to that Italian restaurant? Great, I'm gonna go find another Italian restaurant that me and you can bond over great pizza. Or if
let's
it's
go
like
to a Chinese restaurant, let's really mix it up.
Right, yeah. So like there's things that I think that she can do and he can do where they can come together and really, I think she can really get through this. She's just gonna have to work hard at it.